The difference between a tech purchase that transforms your agency and one that drains your bank account often comes down to asking the right questions. In this video, I'll give you 10 powerful questions that will reveal whether a vendor can actually deliver on their promises. Now, in the previous video, we discussed the tech decision triangle and how every tech decision needs to balance strategic fit, implementational reality, and long-term sustainability. Today, we're getting tactical with specific questions that will help you evaluate any technology through this framework. The first question you should ask is, how does this align with my current workflows and team roles? Now, when you ask this, I want you to listen very carefully. If the vendor starts talking about how you'll need to completely reorganize your agency just to fit their system, that should be a red flag. Unless you're specifically looking to transform your entire operation, the best solutions enhance existing workflows, not demolish them. Now, I should add there's a bit of nuance here that you should consider. First, the current workflow that you have might suck, and we gotta be honest about it. Or worse, it doesn't exist at all. And secondly, it's okay to modify, evolve, or improve an existing workflow. Here's an example with my company that highlights this. One of the main value props of our platform here at GloveBox is document delivery for clients. Customers have access to their policy docs at all times within the app or on your client portal. Now, the way we get those docs in the system is we usually have a direct integration with your AMS and it pulls docs in automatically. We do this right now with Applied Epic. We're working with AMS 360 and Hawksoft and some others who are gonna have the same capacity in the next few months. So if it's in your AMS, it will automatically pull into your client files in GloveBox, which is pretty cool, right? Now, the other way we get docs into the system is you upload them. Now, this is where I'll make the point that it's okay for software to evolve or improve a process, because agents will sometimes groan and they'll say, "Oh, I have to upload the documents to your system? That sucks." And we'll usually ask them, well, how are you sending documents right now? What's your current process? They'll usually say something like, well, we go into the carrier websites and we download the files to our computers, then we attach those documents to an email and we send it that way. Then we save all the documents or notes in our AMS. Okay, fine. Then we ask, and when they call or email you back in 8 months for the same exact thing, do you repeat that same process? And agents will say, yes. And we'll say, cool. This isn't any different. Instead of uploading to an email and sending, just upload it to their client file once and encourage them to go use your branded app. You're training them on a better way. This is an example of improving or modifying an existing process. Now, what you should see as a red flag is when it requires a complete overhaul or the creation of a process that hasn't been well thought out. The second question you should ask is, who owns onboarding and training, me or you? The right answer here isn't just we do it or you do it. It should be we partner with you. You want what I call the done with you approach, not the done for you approach or the dumped on you approach. The third question you should ask is what kind of agencies get the best results from this? Notice I didn't say, does this work for agencies like mine? Because that's too easy to answer with a yes. Instead, make it more specific about their ideal customer profile. Every tech company that you deal with has an ICP or an ideal client profile. What you want to know is, do I fit inside that profile? Be honest. Now let's talk about measuring success, because these next questions get to the heart of real results. The fourth question you want to ask is, hey, if I do everything right, what are your average adoption and usage rates at days 30, 60, and 90? If they can't answer this question with specific numbers, it means one of two things. Either that company doesn't track it, which is kind of concerning, or they don't want to share it, which is even more concerning. Now, here's a little bit of context. If you buy technology or you jump on a trend of any kind and you don't expect to pull your own weight to some degree, then that's on you, because tech isn't going to solve your inability to lead or take action. We see a lot of agency owners who get really excited about technology, they buy it, and then they don't roll it out to their team properly, they don't lead their team through any change management, they don't keep anybody accountable, they don't set any KPIs, they don't manage anything, and then they wonder why the tech fails, and it's kind of obvious to figure out why. Now, the fifth question you should ask is how do you measure success and what results should I expect, again, assuming I do my part? I want you to push for data here, not stories. Stories are nice. We use stories in marketing, but numbers should tell the truth in sales, and be wary of any vendor who promises a specific ROI without understanding your agency's unique situation. Now, the sixth question that you should ask your tech vendor before you make a purchase or sign a contract is Can I speak with an agency like mine that's used this for 6 months? I want you to notice the specifics here. You're saying like mine and for 6 or more months, because the honeymoon period with new tech usually lasts about 90 days. You want to hear from somebody who's been through all the seasons with this solution. Now let me pull the curtain back just a little bit, because if you ask me or any tech vendor this question, we're going to send you our best examples. It's what we all do. It's like when someone asks you for a customer reference, you're going to send them the customers that love to talk about you, not the people who hate you. So here's what I want you to do. It's okay to ask, hey, I know there are customers likely who have canceled within the last 6 months, and that's okay. Nobody has 100% retention. So, can you share with me some people that I can talk to and ask them why they left? Good tech companies won't be afraid of that, and if you're both dealing in good faith conversations, then it should be an easy thing for that company just to provide some names of people who have left or who have churned. Now these next questions are what I call the keeping you up at night concerns, because question 7 is what happens if this platform goes down, or worse, you go out of business? I want you to listen for specific answers about data ownership, backup procedures, and continuity plans. Vague answers here should be a major red flag. You want to know the specifics. What happens in the event of a nuclear attack, the aliens come and everybody goes out of business? What then? Now on question 8, I debated internally whether I should make this the first question you should ask, because I believe it's this important. But the question you want to ask is what security protocols are in place to protect my data? Here's what I'm going to say. This is my opinion in my soapbox. If your tech stack has any of your client information in it, that company has to be SOC 2 compliant. You can't mess around with bad data security. You need to press your software vendors on being SOC 2 compliant, and you need to have their security assessments on record. Companies that have SOC 2 compliance have the highest levels of security protocols around data. Could a breach happen? Sure. Absolutely, but it is less likely. And as somebody who runs in circles with a lot of people from this industry and from various tech platforms that I could name, and frankly, if I did, would mortify you, the lackadaisical level of concern or security that they have around your data and your customers' data is shocking. You need to protect yourself and you need to protect your clients by making sure that the companies you work with have SOC 2 compliance. Now, we've created a vendor security assessment that you can use with any tech vendor or prospective tech vendor in your agency. So if you're looking to make a purchase and you want to know what their security posture is, you can download this free document. It's just a questionnaire, and you can use it to make sure that your agency's tech stack has SOC 2 compliance around everything. And they're taking the most protective security measures around your data and your customers' data. I'll put the link to that down in the description, or better yet, if you want it, comment down below, let me know that you want it, just for ease of use, and I'll go ahead and send it to you. Finally, let's talk about the practical realities of making this work for your agency. Question 9 asks the question, how does this integrate with my AMS, CRM, or other carrier tools? Because manual workarounds are where good technology goes to die. Your team won't use something that creates double work no matter how powerful it is. Now, question 10 is the question that asks, if I get stuck, because I will get stuck, who do I call and how fast do you respond? Let me ask you something. How many of you watching this video have ever been stuck in tech support hell, waiting days for an answer while your team gets increasingly more frustrated? These questions work together as a system. You should know this. No vendor that you work with is going to score 100% on all of them, and that's okay. What matters is understanding which compromises you're willing to make based on your agency's specific needs. Again, going back to strategic fit from the first video. Now that we know what to ask, let's talk about how to actually roll out technology in a way that sticks. Now that you know how to evaluate technology, in our final video, I'll share a proven 90-day implementation blueprint that ensures your team actually adopts the technology that you purchase. This is where most agencies fail, but with this system, you'll see 80% plus adoption rates by day 90. If you haven't seen the video pop up on the screen, go ahead and go down to the description where I've put the link to the third video, but I want you to bring your notepad. Again, bring your questions, ask them down below in the comments. I'll make sure to answer all of them to the best of my ability, and we'll see you in the next video.